2025 shall come to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dana, seconded by Mark, that we approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Item number 3, approval of the consent agenda, including the following. A, approval of the City Council meeting minutes of August 18, 2025, of which you have a copy. We need approval of the bills and claims, of which you have a copy. C, approval of fall large item drop-off, October 9th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., or October 10th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and October 11th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Works Site, 1419 2nd Avenue South, and curbside appliance only pickup for October 7th. 3D, approval of proposal from Veenstra and Kim to conduct a Surf District traffic study in the amount not to exceed $15,000. E, appointment of Creighton Schmidt to the North Iowa Cultural Center Museum Board of Directors as the city representative. F, license and permits, cigarette permit, Mega Saver, that's new, liquor license, Class C, retail alcohol license, Lakeview Pub, that's new, Class E, retail alcohol license, Mega Saver, that's new, Class C, retail alcohol license, Rumors Bar and Grill, that's new. Tree trimmers license, Reaper Tree Service. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Beth Ann, seconded by Mark. We approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Now is the time and place for anyone in the audience who wishes to address the council on any issue or item that is not on the agenda. Please approach the podium, state your name first and last, give your address so the clerk can properly enter the minutes. This is not a discussion time nor a question and answer time, and you have 3 to 5 minutes. Well, welcome.
I'm Julie Devine, and I'm here with Cheryl Abbott, and my address is 1105 South 15th Street, Clear Lake. And basically, we're here to propose a spay and neuter program for the cats, because we have had so many people via social media, via word of mouth, that there's such a cat population in town that people are, they don't know what to do with them. I myself have rescued some, but there's obviously not enough that one person can do or Cheryl can do by ourselves. So we have called several towns and talked to them about their spay and neuter program and how it works. It's been very successful. You need volunteers, we need our paid people, either or both. You live trap them, you try to find local vets that will do a reduced rate to get these animals fixed so we don't have this growing problem. Clear Lake's such a beautiful, nice town, and we have such a cat population that people, like I said, it's very hard to deal with. So in the winter coming up, we have the problem of they starve to death, they freeze, whatever the case may be, which humanely, that is not okay. We're here as compassionate people, but also for the city to not have this cat population. I mean, you can go through certain areas of town, and it's nothing to have 20 cats running around in different places, and that's just multiple places that this happens. So what we've done is, like I said, we called other towns to see how successful it is. It's very successful, and people have really raved about the process, how it works, and what we can do to help the population from growing, because slowly the population dies down to where there's hardly any stray cats at all. It's like we don't see the stray dogs run around because we take care of them, but the cats we just let multiply, and we know how fast they multiply. Twice a year they have litters of cats, and it's not, it's just multiple cats that have this. So I have put together a little packet about what we have found in talking to other places, what works, and proposal and some solutions. And we're willing to help out with the program. but we obviously can't do it by ourselves. So we would ask the city to help design a program that would be effective and would help solve the problem of the multiple cat population. I know it sounds like a minor thing, but it really isn't when, you know, we have people out there always trying to find homes, and hey, we've got these stray cats that are coming up on our deck. They're, you know, they need a home. I rescued one off the lake last year, live trapped it, brought it home, kept it. I've got another rescue cat, but there's only so many I can take, you know, and the thing is it's just a humane thing to do, and it's important enough, I think, to a lot of people in town, because if you get on social media, you'll see the growing concern that there is. So,
Okay.
I know you guys can't ask questions. I will pass these packets out, which just is
Why
what-
don't you leave those with the city clerk, and she will get those to us.
That's
We thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anyone else? Welcome.
Morning. Renee Kramer here from Hair and Company. My salon's been here since 1976. I am all for a new hotel, one that's more suitable for the area, which wouldn't involve closing 7th, and obviously the crazy idea of making the area in between my business and Cutting Edge a green space. The Record Park is the most unused space in Clear Lake. 7th Avenue is one of the busiest streets and needs to be kept open. Our city's infrastructure can't handle all that traffic that comes with the tourism. Yes, it brings people who want to spend money, but we're missing out on the middle-class families to provide these kind of workers. The Half Moon, I know personally, can't even keep regular hours because of lack of help due to no middle-level housing. So why more big business when the second-generation ones are struggling? Careful what we wish for, folks, like the Kite Festival, when we were all prisoners of our homes and businesses and everything bottlenecked at the interstate. The people went to Mason City to eat because Clear Lake can't support it. The safety of myself and my neighbors is put on the back burner by closing 7th. Thank you for your time, and I pray we can find a solution that works for absolutely everyone. I love being part of the Surf District, and I have worked my tail off to be there. People need to be able to get to us, as we are more importantly a neighborhood. And thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Greg Conrady, Konrady. My wife Julie and I live at 601 North 3rd Street, which is in the Surf Historic District. I want to talk about this hotel and some other stuff there. We already have enough traffic down there. And what we hear is this one parking space per hotel room really seems kind of silly to me. And then you add into that this proposed 60-unit condominium project, which of course no one seems to know anything about, which is, if you take our house on the corner, it goes from our next door neighbor to the north to 7th, up 7th to the alley, back across to 6th. Now, this is supposed to be a 40-foot tall building according to what was printed by the city and handed out at the last meeting at the music center. Our house is below that, okay? So if that's 40 feet, where's that 40 feet taken from? If it's from the 7th Avenue side, the alleyway behind that, where that building goes and wraps around, is about 8 feet above our lot. Where's the water runoff going? If the 40 feet is above that, they tower way above us. Also, what is the zoning there? Is the zoning mixed, commercial, multifamily? And if that's what it truly is, why would the planners leave 2 single-family residences there? Our house and our next-door neighbor. Doesn't make any sense. We've been told that it's not a 60-unit condo building. The developers told our neighbor that's exactly what it is. We've been told it's a 30-unit apartment complex, but the developer bought the house next to us to use as a guest house for people that buy a condo. Transparency seems to really be lacking here. So this directly affects us.
anything that happens down there. The traffic right now is brutal. We can sometimes not even get in our driveway on the corner. Nobody seems to care about that. This progress, so-called progress, at the cost of everybody that lives here, the destruction that I see. Now, I was in residential building for 40 years. I built for some of the largest builders in Colorado and the United States for years. Once all these lots are built around the lake and they're taken over by these huge, huge houses, they're gonna just jump out to the next street, and the next street pretty soon, all the historical houses in this city will be gone. There has to be a way to preserve these style. This thing that's over here looks like it was dropped out of New York City. So like nobody cares about what's here now. Nobody cares about preserving architectural styles that's here. You're gonna lose this small town. Then you add the sale of the hotel on Buddy Holly and North Shore. What's going up there? Does anybody know? Nobody knows. Nobody seems to know. So all this traffic, all of this progress, of course, increases tax, increases police, it's gonna increase fire, it's gonna increase traffic, crime, everything else. This small town you're gonna lose. The lake's gonna be overcrowded. Pretty soon, what do you lose? Small town feel. Okay? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And then the chamber being able to pop their building out past the condos next door, just doesn't seem like good neighbor stuff. Blocking the condo view of the lake just because they can. We have to have some common sense about this stuff. Just doesn't seem like common sense to me. Not like progress. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak?
I'll go if no one's going. Remember me? I think this goes back to the root of the problem, which is you made a deal and now you're changing it. And that's how you work this whole fucking town. And you make me sick.
Is there anyone else wish to speak? Welcome.
Thank you. This is not my cup of tea. I live right on 7th Avenue in that stretch.
Ma'am, can you state your name and
Oh,
address, please?
Julie Lechner, Lechner. 124 7th Avenue North. I've lived with this construction for 3 years now, and all I've gotten is raised taxes, you know? I don't want to be taxed out of my home. And if you guys make this a one-way, how am I going to get out? Is there little cul-de-sacs? I don't understand the drawing. I sound like I'm about to cry, but I'm not. I'm nervous. Thanks.
For the people here, do they
Just a minute, please.
Sorry.
You've had your choice.
I
Thank
don't know what
you.
else
I'm
to
sorry.
say. I just feel like we have no choice. I think enough people have spoken up that are opposed to this monstrosity, and nobody's listening. Sorry. Is that okay? I don't even know what else to say. Don't tear down all the trees back there. Those are all gonna go. This is nerve-wracking. How do you guys do it? Standing at a podium. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wish to speak? Okay, thank you. Thank you all. We'll move on to unfinished business, of which we have none today. We'll move to new business. 6A, purchase of automated license plate reading, ALPR, cameras from Flock Safety. Intro and review a request. Mike Colby, Chief of Police. Welcome, Mike.
It's good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Just have a couple of things I want to cover with the flock safety program that we discussed at the last council meeting to clear up some, maybe some questions you may or may not have. And if there's any additional questions when I'm done, I'd love to entertain those. So the flock safety system is a license plate reader system that the city would look at not purchasing or leasing, but it's a service provided by Flock. That information is not used, or better off, we should probably talk about what it's not. It's not a system to issue citations to anybody. It's not a facial recognition type software. It doesn't do any AI surveillance or anything like that for the department. What it simply is a camera system that takes photos of license plates, retains them for 30 days, and then purges them from the system. That information is stored within a server in the United States that basically we're being given space on. That would be space just for Clear Lake PD, just for us to look at. Any other law enforcement agencies we choose to have access to that. And it's basically a force multiplier for us to be able to go and use that to help solve crimes that happen in the city, hit and runs, and look for warrants or people that may have tied to those license plates. The other additional benefit for us is that if you have a missing person that maybe travels through Clear Lake and they've been entered into the national database, say out of Colorado, and that person is lost or going through Clear Lake, it then alerts that the officers working at that vehicle has gone through one of these camera systems, and that allows us to go and help them find those people. So this can be used for amber alerts. If you look at to the north of us, they have silver alerts in Minnesota or blue alerts, so if there's like an officer down type situation. But also it come back home for us. It allows us to go through and capture that data and then solve local crimes here. At the last council meeting, we talked about a couple of different cases that we have worked where we have been able to solve some crimes that occurred where vehicles were stolen and recovered in Des Moines, recovered some stolen property through this system too. So we're asking for the council to approve to enter a services agreement with Flock Safety. The total is $34,000 a year. That's for 11 cameras. That's 10 of those are automatic license plate reader cameras, and the 11th is a live pan tilt zoom camera that would go at the intersection of 24th and US Highway 18. That gives our communications center there access to look at all the businesses there. If there's an incident, also be able to monitor the interstate as we head into the winter season, be able to go through if we have traffic incidents there as well. The system, if approved, would be installed in the next 3 to 5 months here in Clear Lake. Would be managed by Flock, and all the cameras would be put onto existing city infrastructure except for 3, which would be at 27th Ave South and South 8th Street, and then 2 on 4th Ave South by the interstate too. And so Flock would bear the cost of the entire installation process if we approve a contract for their services by the end of the month. It's a promotion they're running right there. It's going to save us about $6,000 if we were to do that by the end of September, as opposed to October 1st. We'd have to bear the entire installation process for us. I really skimmed over a bunch of information there that I know I talked about at the last council meeting. There's some information in the last packet, and then the service agreement was in this packet too. Is there any questions I have that I can answer from the council on what Flock is, what it isn't, what it does do for us, what it won't do for us?
Yes, Chief, may I speak to this, Mr. Mayor? Thank you. I like the system, but I've also received some calls from some of my constituents.
Certainly.
Who are concerned about things they have now discovered, that Flock has had some data breaches of their system, and they're afraid that some of this information could get out about individuals and be used inappropriately. Do you have anything you can?
Yeah, I have 3 points, I guess, to that. One, I did talk to our business rep with Flock this morning, and he was not aware of any data breaches that they have had where data has been captured from Flock and then used inappropriately or just taken from them. Number 2, we have a fairly robust policy that we would put in place if approved by the council to ensure that there isn't a data breach or misuse of any information there internally. So if an officer were to use any of the data there, for a case, they would have to log in the case number, the call for service number, and that'll be audited monthly by us and then included in the monthly report, which you all get from myself. And then thirdly, this is only data that is basically publicly available as is. So if you have a Ring camera and it captures a car going by, all we're doing is capturing a still image of that vehicle and that license plate. And that license plate is unique data back to the owner or the missing person hit or a wanted person hit there too. So we're not capturing data that, hey, this car belongs to Mike Colby and then this is where Mike Colby lives and all these other information. We're just capturing that still image that's really publicly available for anybody that's driving around with their cell phone camera or their Ring camera, or when you go to come and go and get gas, that information there. So, and then I guess the fourth thing is that data is then purged, but by state law, we purge that 30 days. And then if we can download it from that server if we need it as evidence for a criminal case. And if we do download it as evidence, then it's then retained as digital evidence like we would any other digital evidence we do within the police department, which is tracked through our evidence and property policy that is in accordance with state and federal laws on how we retain all that stuff too. So the entire system is CGIS compliant on a national level there too. So it is a fairly secure, robust system that we also do have some checks and balances that we're ready to put in place with our internal policy there. You know, Flock recommends a yearly audit and we're going to do it every month. So we're, 12 times more proficient at that, I would say, in that area. But yeah, I know several agencies in the state that have the system and they have not had any security type breaches or any data being shared where it should not have been shared.
Excellent. That will help me in answering questions. Appreciate it.
And if there's any other
I'll
specific
direct
questions,
them.
they can, more than welcome, feel free to call me and I'd love to talk to somebody about it. That'd be great.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any other questions, council, comments?
Yes, Mayor, real quick. So it sounds like, Chief, as you mentioned, the key advantages of this system is to be able to identify a plate where it's a missing or a vehicle that's been stolen or some other type of outstanding warrant, correct?
Correct.
And then missing persons.
Yeah.
I hone in on that. And given our location on the freeway and at the intersection, I would think this would be a real, as you point out, a force multiplier for us.
Yes, and I can give you a real world example. Several years ago, there was a pharmacy in town that was broken into at 2 or 3 in the morning. And we have literally, that case is still open because of the length of time it took us to get DNA samples and to file warrants and go through all that investigative process. If these cameras had been in the intersection, that car had gone through the intersection at 3 in the morning, we immediately could have had a license plate that we could have then linked to a video surveillance system that was in the area, a private party camera system. We could have linked the two and had a license plate and be able to track that vehicle down much quicker than it took us on the backside waiting for somebody who dropped an item, get DNA off of that, go to the lab, and all those resources to go through that. So it not only is a force multiplier, but it speeds up the investigative process for us to give a higher quality of service to not just the citizens of Clear Lake, but those that come on vacation here, part of the community, or just traveling through as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point, Councilman Smith. If you look at the number of stats that we have had in the past on total number of cars going by on State Highway 18, as well as Interstate 35, they are comparable to each other. I mean, there's that many going east and west as well as north and south. We've got basically now a main airport out here, 1.5 miles away, lots of traffic, lots of shall we say, people that aren't necessarily local that go through, and, I think that this could be used to a good purpose.
Yeah, I would say we are beneficial, or we benefit from having the interstate system go through our community. But with that also comes some additional tasks on the law enforcement and the public safety side, even for public works and the other city services for those that travel through our community. And this is a tool that we can use. It's not going to be the only tool we use. It's not going to replace anything. It's not going to replace officers on the street and good old-fashioned police work, but it's a tool that we can use that will be vetted and audited and protected to let us be better at our jobs.
And the fact that that's, if it's not being used, that particular captured picture there that it's purged in 30 days.
Purged at 30 days per state law.
There forever.
No.
It's good. Anything else, council?
Last thing I'll say is, I did talk to Flocking this morning, and they do not resell any data to anybody. So any data that they do capture that is our proprietary data is not resold to any third-party vendor to develop pattern of life information like that. That is solely used for law enforcement only. There are other vendors out there, other similar things that capture cell phone data and other type of data as you travel through an area, then they sell that out. That's how you get your pop-up ads for certain locations and all that other thing in your data, and this is not what that is. This is solely just for those still images and the live camera, the one live camera will have to be a force multiplier for the department.
Thank you. Thank you. Therefore, council entertain a motion to approve agreement with FLOCK Safety for the purchase of automated license plate reading, ALPR cameras. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Bennett, seconded by Beth Ann, that we approve the agreement with Flock Safety. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries 5-0. 6B, purchase of front-end wheel loader for the Public Works Department. Review of competitive quotes. Jeremy Kornberg, Public Works Director. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Yeah, as part of our budget for this year, we had a new front-end loader. We use this in a number of capacities: snow removal, compost, storm cleanup, construction projects, et cetera. We would be bidding this out, and we bid this out to replace a 2002 Case 721, so we're replacing with a like-size model. We did some legwork on going up a size, but then at the end of the day, determined that what we have now is getting the job done and don't really have a need for anything larger. So we bid this out to, or sent requests for proposals out to 3 vendors: Murphy Tractor and Equipment out of Waterloo, Ziegler Cat out of Mason City, and then also Titan Machinery out of Des Moines. We received 2 bids back. We didn't receive a bid from Titan Machinery for some reason. So Murphy Tractor bid a John Deere 624. Their bid price came in at $272,500, included a warranty and then a trade-in of $48,000 on the Case 721 for a total of $224,500. Ziegler Cat bid a Cat 938, which we already have one of these in the fleet. Their price was $289,802.70 plus the extended warranty of $2,350 and then a trade-in of $41,000. Their net came to $251,152.70. After reviewing the bids, specs, everything like that, we'd recommend moving forward with the bid from Murphy Tractor and Equipment for the John Deere 624. I know the county has used some John Deere equipment and whatnot and had good luck, good reviews. So no issues there. The warranty does include travel time, since Murphy Tractor's out of Waterloo. They'd have a road tech that has to come here, so the travel time during the warranty period is included in their warranty, so we're not having to pay for that. And the warranty is a 72-month, 3,000-hour powertrain hydraulic warranty, so pretty standard there. We had roughly $315,000 budgeted, so we came in well under budget on that. Like I said, we had some options there, looking at some different size machines, and just decided this is probably the best use of the funds, and we'll get all the work done that we need. So, any questions?
Did you say this replaces?
Yeah, it replaces our oldest machine, which is a 2002 Case. We're looking at a delivery date of probably second week of November, so pretty tight for snow removal, but if we get a snower, I guess we'll have to make it work. So we've had to do operations with one broken down before, so we can make it work.
Any other comments, questions, Council, Jeremy?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Therefore, I entertain a motion to approve purchase of front-end wheel loader from Murphy Tractor and Equipment in the amount of $224,500. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dana, seconded by Beth Ann, that we approve the purchase of the front-end wheel loader. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Chief, please report. Welcome, Chief, again.
Hello again. I just wanted to cover a couple things on the July monthly report that was sent out to you all last week. Got a little late in August before I got it out to you because I took some vacation time there in late July and August there. But couple of things there, which covers the 4th of July. Our stats, if you look at the first page, if you have it, you know, our dispatch center did 654 calls of phone calls on the admin lines there in the 5-day period that the carnival was in town. And if you compare that to the total monthly, they had 1,270. So they did 5 days worth of work, what normally would have been the other 26 days of the month there, which is kind of an interesting thing. There was kind of a funny photo I put on the front right-hand side of the page one there of Captain Hydes' vehicle tire as he escorted the parade as the last vehicle down, and all the candy that got smashed and melted into the tire as he drove down Main there for the parade. Overall, the 4th of July went very well for us. We were busy. If you look at the stats on the back sheet there, you can see all of our calls for service peak in July. With almost 400 more calls for service in July than we did in June. So July is definitely by far our busiest month. The newsletter wasn't quite enough pages for me to include everything we did inside there too, but the other big thing for July was Ragbri. Went through Ventura. Ventura was the official breakfast stop for Ragbri that morning as it went south through the county and through our patrol district there too. So that went off without a hitch as well too. So we're happy to see Ragbri come. We're happy to see him leave as well, but it was a good experience, and I think we had a lot of good compliments on how effectively we managed the influx of people over there in Ventura by the Clear Lake Police Department. So if there's any questions of the monthly report, I'd love to address them now. If not, that's all I have.
Council, any questions for Chief?
Just thank you for the report.
Thanks.
Appreciate those a lot.
Thank you.
Public Work Director's report. Anything else, Jeremy? Thanks. Matt Stedding, City Engineer. Anything, Matt? Director of Finance Administrative Services, Jacob. Under Mayor's report, he doesn't know how to shut up, so he'll keep talking here. But if it's all right with council and Administrator Deers, these FFA kids that have been doing for summer after summer, and I think, you know, each summer we say, you know, this is better than the summer before, but I do believe, don't they, Jeremy? They make them up, they water them all summer long.
Well, they do. That'd be more a question for the parks guys.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, they do a lot of work and put a lot of work into
Yeah.
those.
I remember those days when we all had to volunteer, and, you know, to do that, and it really does, so, will dress up the city very, very nicely where they do use those. So I think if we could have them in, you know, some meeting prior to our start of the business and just recognize them as a group.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks. Chad Stacy, are you? CEO Chamber of Commerce, Stacy Dawn. Welcome, Stacy.
Mayor and Council, I think the most important thing is that after this meeting, we'll be heading off to Cedar Rapids for the Housing Iowa Conference. So I'm grateful to have been a part of the process to receive our Thriving Communities designation and excited to see how it can help us address some of the workforce and affordable housing needs that have been desperately needed in our community. And then next week, we are having our downtown assessment. That will be September 9th through 11th. We've invited quite a few individuals in for focus groups, and we'll be having a community input session on Tuesday, September 9th at 7 p.m. in the Lakeview Room, where we can get community input on how to keep our downtown vibrant and full. So excited to welcome IEDA and get their input there. Those are the two things I have. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, as part of my report, I want to call upon our fire department.
You want me in now, Mayor?
Well, of course, yeah. Welcome, sir.
Hi there, Mayor and Council, how are you? And just to report, we had about 153 calls last month in August, which is a busy month for us. We're up to 1,008 calls already. There's some other things going on. I think our city administrator's got some other things coming on for the fire department, but 9/11 is coming up next week. Please show up. We have a guest speaker. We hope to have the high school band perform. We'll have our truck procession around the lake again this year. And we're looking forward to that particular time. We're looking forward to our pancake breakfast next month too. So other than that, if you have any questions, I can't tell you anything other than new that I know of.
Who was the speaker? Did you?
Excuse me. I don't know. Who is the speaker?
Bill Lyons.
There you go.
Bill?
Now you know.
Hey,
There you go, see? I turn it over to Chief Doug Myers here.
Welcome, Doug.
Yeah, thank you. Bill is a graduate, Clear Lake High School, grew up in my wife's backyard. He's a retired United States Air Force major, flew F-16s in the Gulf, and he will bring a rather personal account of his time in the military during and immediately following the terrorist attacks. He will, I'm sure, try to embarrass my wife. But no, Bill's a good guy. That class from Clear Lake High School, I believe, has 5 pilots out of that class. So they're pretty academic and pretty computer savvy. So that'll be good.
Bright young man. He was in my backyard for a while when he,
Yeah.
he grew up as a kid.
Oh, I think harassed a lot of backyards.
Yeah, bright young man, yeah.
Yeah.
And Doug Myers is retiring.
I am.
Spoiler alert.
It'll be 50 years shortly after the first of the year, and 26 of those years have been serving as chief. We, including all of you, and these guys behind me, have been able to accomplish a lot of things during that tenure. I think the most notable things is building the new facility, modernizing the fleet. We've replaced every piece of apparatus in the last 26 years. The addition of the paramedic level ambulance transport service 20 years ago now. I think, looking back through the years, it's truly been a collaboration. We come knock on the council's door every so often, ask for funding, but we turn around and ask the community for volunteers as well. And that meant a lot to myself. And, our department is one that has evolved from an all-volunteer department 20 years ago to a combination department where we have career staff. And the career staff are the ones that provide the ambulance coverage for us. We've gone from roughly 225 calls per year to 1,500 calls per year. And the majority of that is through the MS division. So do you want me to go ahead, Steve?
Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
So as a result of my departure, our leadership team has put together a transition plan to deal with the process of me not being there anymore. The opportunities that I presented to the city with my background in healthcare, my ability to kind of cut through some of the red tape in dealing with the MS division has also created a bit of a challenge of how we move forward too. Historically, over the last 155 years, every 2 years, the fire department membership makes a recommendation to the city council for who they feel the fire chief should be. Now, that role changed 26 years ago, 25 years ago, when I showed up. So what we've tried to do is create an opportunity that preserves the volunteer fire department, fire suppression division, but also allowing for career staff to assume more of a leadership role within the department, primarily serving as co-EMS directors for that EMS division. Within that, our department has 17 paramedics, a mix of part-time and full-time staff. Then we have 5 other EMT and advanced EMTs on the department, plus our 30 volunteer fire departments. So in essence, we're probably the biggest department in the city. And being able to split the responsibilities within the leadership hierarchy of the department, we feel is a good step forward. Like I said, our group feels it's incredibly important to maintain the volunteer network as much as we can. Probably the last thing you'd like to do is have an increase in salaries of $3 to $4 million a year to hire career firefighters. So it is, in our belief, imperative to maintain that volunteer network. Some of the challenges that the recommendation, our recommendation may face would be understanding the nuances of the EMS culture, the licensure requirements, the training requirements, equipment management, quality monitoring of our calls, recruiting and retention of staff. We've been fairly fortunate over the last several years to not have had a large turnover of staff. So that's the deal. What we'd like to do is create a supervisory position within the EMS division, allow any of the paramedics to apply for that, go through an application process where they interview with Steve and Jacob and our leadership team within the department and see who would be the best fit. I feel that we've got the staff now to do that have the capabilities and the talents to serve in that role. Likewise, our volunteer network, we have individuals that are more than capable of serving as the volunteer fire chief. And our model that we're presenting to you today is incorporates both of those lines. So the fire chief would still have complete operational control and strategic control of the department. The EMS co-director would answer directly through to the fire chief. So that kind of spit out a bunch of information in a hurry, and hopefully it not too jumbled up. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, concerns about our plan.
Steve, why don't you pick it up?
Sure, you bet. So, thank you, Doug, for all your years of service. I mean, I've only been here 6 weeks, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you and seeing everything you've done. I'll just say, keeping a full roster of volunteers and starting EMS is no joke. That's hard to do. And you didn't mention the ISO class rating from a 6 to a 3. That's incredible for a town our size. I don't know if everybody realizes that, but that's a direct impact to anybody that owns property or a home. It keeps your insurance down. So kudos for everything on that, and thank you for all of your service. Yeah, Jacob and Doug and I met and reviewed this plan, and it seems like it makes a lot of sense because he has a lot of expertise in EMS, medical care, and starting an ambulance service, running an ambulance service. There is a lot of detailed information that needs to be done correctly and properly for you to operate effectively and stay where you need to be. So the creation of this position, whether it be a part-time, full-time, however that application process works, and we'll figure that out. But I think this is a good solution to provide that oversight over EMS, be part of the existing structure. We've got a great group of volunteers that work on the fire side. And so I think it's just a solid path forward. So I would fully recommend going this direction if we're interested in doing so.
Comments, council?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I agree with Steve's comments. I appreciate the work that you guys have put in on this, and I think it's a good pathway forward for us. I do want to take the opportunity to thank you, though, Doug, for your 50 years of service, because I think the department's been very well run, and it's just been a great opportunity to work with you over the years. The 9/11 ceremonies, the way you honor the fallen, and it's just a tremendous contribution to our community, what you've done with the fire department, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, council.
And in fact, that, 50 years ago, that was the infamous year where the junior high burned to the ground. And, we got 350 kids and staff out of there safely. I recall that vividly. And, that was quite the day. But also, I think the number of things that the fire department has, in part because of Doug Myers, free gratis, a lot, including the famous Bud, the fireboat, named after your dad, who was also a fire chief. So firefighting certainly is in your blood.
Yeah,
It has
it's a
been for
disease.
some time. Yeah. We thank you very much for your service and
Thank you.
and
Thank you,
direction.
guys.
Yeah, very good. Anything else, council? Therefore, meeting adjourned. Thank you all for your attendance.